Hi there, it's Austin. You know, you'd think the simplest thing is to sit and talk to a recorder, and this is probably my 5th take, so that's why I'm chuckling a little bit. But anyways, I hope things are great on your end. I want to talk today on the steps that I actually go through, not specific, just big picture steps of how the heck do I help someone recover from an abusive lifestyle. I do a free consultation call before coaching, mentoring, and I get asked that question a lot by people is, what the heck are we going to do? I've been like this for as long as I can remember. How you know, I'm stuck in these patterns. How am I going to recover? How are you going to help me to break out of this? And before I get into that, I want to say, if you look, I have no initials at the end of my name. I'm not trained in the sciences of the brain. I have no advanced degrees in it. All I am is a guy who was abused. I was an abuser for 30 years. I broke free. These are the things that I learned and studied as I was going through that process and have continued to study, okay? And I'm just relaying my own experiences here and the experiences of what I witnessed with working with other former abusers breaking free from their lifestyle, okay? So where it really begins, I do dig in a little bit to the childhood, ask what the childhood, the upbringing was like, what it was like with mom and dad. I'm looking for some specific things on, was there a traumatic event that happened when you were young? Was there a death in the family? Was there a divorce in the family? Someone just abandoned you? Whether they physically left the home or you were just abandoned while you were there in the house with mom and dad, it can happen. Or was it more of a learned behavior? It wasn't any direct trauma that happened to you as far as abuse or a death or something like that, but you always grew up in a household where there was abuse. Gee, I hope this wind is not affecting the mic. And so you learned it. So we look into that a little bit. Just to try to get a sense of where this abusive behavior might have originated, and then we come back to that later on. But really the thing that we do is, during those early years of your childhood, when something happened, the subconscious mind in my research is nothing but a computer with a huge hard drive. It records everything. Everything you've seen, everything you've said, everything spoken to you, smells, that's, you know, songs you've heard. That's why all that stuff, and you hear a song and bam, you're back. Or you smell something and man, you remember this time that happened 65,000 years ago. It's because your subconscious mind recorded all that, and when it smells that, it replays the experience. So it's the same thing as far as trauma or abuse when you were a child. Your subconscious mind recorded things that happened and also records the reaction to that. And so over the years, there's a circuit that actually gets built in the brain, and it actually entrenches itself and digs deeper, a trough in your brain. You can research this. So basically what we do in a nutshell is we reprogram the mind. We first have to short circuit those reactionary things and try to catch them, not necessarily when they happen, that's always the goal, but generally it could be days, sometimes even weeks later. But we short circuit the old circuit, then we begin building new circuits in our minds. We begin building new patterns of behavior, new responses to the same stimuli. And through that process, then we're able to eventually fire off new patterns of behavior. And if you look at research, that the old circuit, the old trough in the brain actually goes away. And so that in a nutshell is what I work on. Now getting to that is another video all in itself. But what I normally start with having people do is breaking patterns of behavior. And it starts with when you get up, if you get up at this time, get up earlier. If you get up and first thing you do is make coffee, get up and do something else. Get up and go for a walk. If you get up and normally turn the news on to see what's going on, don't turn that TV on. Go a different way to work. If you normally set your coffee on your right side, set it on your left side. I've even suggested if you eat with your right hand, try eating with your left hand. What we're doing is we are now starting to take control of our mind instead of for the abusive life you've lived, your mind controlling you. We're beginning to force control over it ourselves. And we're basically waking it up to, you know, wow, there's a new sheriff in town. Just like when you start an exercise program, man, right? You're used to sitting, being lethargic, and now you get up and move. And sometimes you do, you know, quite a bit, or weightlifting, and then after that, your body's like, oh my God, you're killing me. What are you doing? It's the same thing, but we're doing it with the brain. So the breaking the patterns or changing the patterns of behavior is where it starts. Okay, and then we take that and we just move through some things I'll talk in other videos about until they become a new learned habit. And we don't try to tackle all things at once. I normally have abusers, they've generally read my book, but I have them go back through and I say, pick out some things and text to me the parts that resonated with you. Let's see the areas of brokenness within you that you are aware of now. And then we break that down and we start talking about the top few things. And we just work through, you know, a pattern of repetition, and eventually, just depends on a lot of extenuating circumstances, that these new patterns of behavior are learned. And that's where I say it is entirely possible. Don't believe what others try to tell you that it's not. Don't believe the mantra, once an abuser, always an abuser. Because I'm here to tell you from my own experience and experience with other men that I have worked with, it is entirely possible to break through or break free from the lifestyle, from the abusive lifestyle that you've had. There is hope. You can become a new person. And let me tell you, it's hard work. There's days, weeks, months, I would just be curled up in a ball crying. It is all worth it to finally wake up one day and go, you know what? I like the person I am now. And people are going to see that. Your wife, number one, is going to see that. And your life is going to be transformed radically and quickly, and you will be able to impact other lives. Okay? So this is Austin signing off. You have a great day.